Hey guys, this week I'll be sharing updates on the Toronto rental market. This is a huge market for our city. As you may know, we have a lot of condos. To begin, I will start by saying that rents in Toronto were already flattening before this pandemic happened, as the market began to show some resistance to the skyrocketing rental prices. Let's take a step back for a second and look at quarter one from last year compared to this year. Total rentals last year in quarter one was 6,623 compared to this year, which was 7,192. That's an increase of 8.6%. For the average one-bedroom condo, last year was 2143. This year, rent has gone up to about 2187. That's an increase of 2.1%. For the total new listings, we went from just over 12,000 to 16,000 this year, an increase of 31.9. Same building annual condo rent growth in Q4 in 2019 was at 1.8%. That's the slowest rate of increase in 4 years. However, we're expecting the vacancy rate this year to rise above 3 to 4%. Currently, we're at 2.4%, and for the previous 2 to 3 years, we were under 1%. Today, we'll be looking at 2 listings in the Toronto CO1 Waterfront Community. We'll start at Fort York and move over to 21 Nelson in the Financial District. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at the April stats. We're going to be comparing April 2019 to April 2020. For units leased last year, there was 510. This year, there was 222. That's a decrease of 56%. For the lease price, last year, we were looking at $26.29. Compared to this year, we've dropped about 5% to $24.86. Now we're going to look at the average lease price for 2019 compared to 2020, and we're going to look at the first week and the fourth week. So the first week of 2019 was $26.41 with a decrease of 5% for this year at $25.01. That's the average lease price. And for the fourth week in 2019, it was $27.95, so just under $2,800. And this year, we're looking at $24.23. That's a decrease of 13% in the average lease price. Now we're going to compare the inventory from 2019 to 2020. We're going to look at the first week and the fourth week of April. For last year, 2019, the first week, there was 134 units compared to this year, which is 44 units, a decrease of 67%. For the last week of April last year, 135 units compared to this year, 74 units. That's a 45 decrease on the last week of April. However, for this year, the beginning of April, we had 44 units, and that was actually an increase to the last week of 74 units. Now let's take a look at our units. We're going to start at 215 Fort York, Unit 1402. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you have any questions or you want any details on these properties, you can text Toronto to 59559. If you want to connect with me, my website, it's karen.keitnergroup.com. Thank you again. I hope you all are staying safe and staying healthy.